What started as let me just try this for spring break has become an absolute base to my life as a whole. When I think of floating, I think of healing for sure. I had foot surgery December of 2014, had a lot of time on the couch, a lot of time looking things up and on Twitter, and there seemed to be just a lot of articles about floating, and I thought, well, St. Louis is up and coming, we've got to have something like this, and Googled and found Float St. Louis. They were booked until March, so that's how I kicked off my spring break as a teacher, was with a float. So I am a special education teacher and I teach what's called vocational skills. We're out in businesses all around St. Louis, actually working the jobs. They're students that are 18 to 21 that have various disabilities. A lot of stress comes from what I do, so making sure I take time for me to do that. If I think about floating in work, I've shared it with coworkers a lot. Why do you do that? Why is it something you make a priority? Because teachers don't make a lot priority for themselves. So just having that open conversation of why and what it does. I try new things fairly easily, but there's also an amount of anxiety to it. But get that time, Kevin and Jake were here a lot because they were fairly new, so made it very comfortable every time I came in. I've done 43 floats, and I don't think any one of them has been the same. I've had a membership after my first float, so just knowing that that automatically renews, I don't have to think about it. It's important to keep up with it, just not only for yourself, but the practice can offer so many other things. Relaxation, time to think, time to step away, that are important to even continuing just day-to-day life. It's just you, and that's a huge relief to people. Your space, your float, how you want to come in and out, what you need to do while you're in there. The crazy thing is I started floating before I got on a functional medicine journey. It has become one of the integral parts of what I'm doing with my functional medicine doctor. And this was already there. There was already conversations happening when I was seeing people at float about just taking care of yourself in a very basic way of back to self and knowing yourself, and back to earth sounds crazy, but that's kind of what it is. That was really neat to see that I was wanting to make some health changes and I'd already started, and it was built in with what I was doing here. I've come to a place in the last year with my health and my overall well-being that is an awesome place to be. I feel like I'm back to my true self. I feel well, and because this is such a part of that, I feel like every time I experience it needs to get posted to see, this is where I'm doing it. This is part of what I do. I want people to ask questions, not only about the practice of being at float, but what else is going on in my life that's making things better.